Hey, I'm Gray.
Hey, I'm Sen.
And welcome to Unscripted Drop Ins. Today's topic is about
friendship and relationships.
Any kind of relationship.
I'm so sorry.
So, I have to ask you, first up, getting roll into the nitty gritty. Do you believe in love at first sight?
You know my answer to this. No, I'm just kidding. Do I believe in love at first sight?
Yes, that's what I asked.
The attitude today, girl. We've all had a long ass day. No, not in particular. I don't believe in love at first sight, mainly because what is the first sight?
The first time you see him.
No, but are we in a casual setting? Or paint the scene for me, because I don't believe in... Okay, let me just say this. I don't really believe in love. I'm not that type of girl.
Okay, well, have you read lots of fiction, the traditional love stories? You never read lots of those?
No, not in particular.
Okay, well, I'll paint you the very...
I'm a little dumb.
The very cliche love at first sight. You've never met each other before, and let's say, I don't know, you're walking down the street, and...
When does a bitch walk?
You're walking down the street, I don't know, and then let's say you bump into this guy, and then you don't realize it at first, but then when you look at him, time slows down. I mean, even for a split second, that's the only person that is in your vision. And it's taken to a level where you don't obviously look at another stranger though. You're not gonna look at everybody and think oh my god.
It's a real zoomed in shot of them, and you're hello.
Everything is in slow motion, bitch.
Oh my god, no, I've never looked at anyone that way. I wouldn't be being honest if I ever said I have, because you're looking at everyone. My peripheral vision's pretty big.
She said, I got eyes everywhere, bitch.
That's pretty much all it is. But no, I feel like I'm a fucking choke on my gum here.
She said, I wasn't expecting this question.
I wasn't.
You know not to chew gum.
I needed it for today.
Gosh.
What about you? Okay, let me reverse the question. Have you ever fell in love at first sight? Have you ever gotten those little butterflies in your tummy and being like, oh, that person's so perfect? Yeah. Oh, wait, maybe Henry Cavill. He's hot.
Okay, but we're not... Okay, I don't want to discredit that, but we all know we can have some pretty unhealthy obsessions with celebrities.
Hello, Jack Harlow.
Peaky Blinders? Much?
God, shut up. That's an obsession, but it's a TV obsession.
Yeah, but essentially with celebrities, you're not in the moment with them.
Fact.
You're not.
But when you see,
I'm talking about
photo.
a connection between your eyes.
I don't really think I would want to. Mainly because
valid.
I don't feel like. See, now I'm drawing a blank. It's just we just talked about. My entire brain's just hello? Where are you, girl? I have no idea.
But I will answer. I do believe in love at first sight.
Was it love at first sight with Erica?
Yeah. I was really, really, really nervous meeting her for the first time.
She standing there
Yeah, because I had to drive over to her house, and then she stood just right outside her little front door, and so the walk up the driveway and figuring it out was so nerve-wracking for me for no reason.
I'm so sorry.
Gosh.
It's impossible to make this.
I know.
How do you feel that your friendship, when you first meet someone, do you automatically feel like you have a connection with them?
I do. I believe in stuff like that. I've had a lot of friends in the past where it's just you kind of just cling on to them. And I think it's just, I think a friendship level like that, a connection like that is a lot more easily defined and found.
I definitely do have those connections where I'm really strongly held on to, because it's they're more dependable than what I normally get, or how I was kind of brought up. Because friendships they can come and go, the cliche, they can come and go, but that good friend will stick by you. I believe that to an extent. I'm not per se Listen, there's a lot of, it's all to an extent. It's like a graph. It goes up every year and it goes down every year. There's no in between.
It's ever changing.
Exactly. But like, I'm not, like, I'll cling on to people that are strong and that are more so independent, because it makes me more independent and not so closed off, rather than someone that's closed off the same way that I am, and they're
You
more...
encourage each other's
We're
introvertedness.
toxic. We're like, hello, enigmas.
Same.
Like, that's the important thing in a friendship, to me at least, having like that strong bond. Like, hello, strong bond, but only because we get along and we understand each other. And it's not like we're so far apart where I don't see you or I don't talk to you, or same thing with Erica. Like, I have your guys' numbers, I can talk to you, we hang out, we do whatever we want, and it's not just depending on, is it too far, do they hate me, that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of people can find hate in a lot of people too.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for like me in a friendship and in a relationship, and I know we've kind of already talked about it, but just like the ability to fucking make me laugh. And I think a smaller part that I look for in that is that, you know, the relationship, the friendship isn't serious.
Yeah.
You know, and I say that lightly because obviously it's serious in the fact that, you know, I want to keep them around for, you know, as long as possible.
Right.
But it really is the fact that it's not too serious, that we can just laugh and like have a good time without being able to like bring each other down and have it be awkward. Yeah, exactly.
I think I struggle with that sometimes. There's a lot of my friendships in the past that I've kind of gotten to the point of, it becomes like what are those things called? A straitjacket?
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like, I'm so consumed in what I have to do and what I need that people aren't being like so supportive. Humility is a great thing to have in any sort of relationship, but at the same time, a lot of what goes wrong pretty much would be, well, in my personal experience, is just like the fact that we're either depending on each other too much, or we're not enabling each other to be better than what we are, because it's just too much of a thing.
You're too reliant on each other.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think that's definitely can be like a relationship killer. Really, I mean, fortunately, I haven't really had too much of that. The friends I've lost mainly was just because we fell out of touch. I have another question for you.
For me.
Who's your first celebrity crush?
It could be anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone. Okay.
Your first.
First. Ooh, taking it back to fucking middle school. Zac Efron. Oh, and Corbin Blue.
No, you're shitting me. Zac Efron was my favorite too.
He's
my
hot.
first.
Well, he was hot.
I think he's really aged like a fine wine.
You know what I liked about him the most? His fucking gap in his tooth. Because that made him look, for a lot of people, it wasn't like hot or anything, but like it made him look like a teenager, like how he needed to be at the time. Now he's just hulked up and bulked up like to a motherfucking G over here. And he's like, you know, his face now that he has Botox and whatnot and all those fillers just kind of gives me the ick. But at the time, he was very fine. Same with Corbin Blue. Corbin Blue was his fro, his hair.
I thought he was very smooth, but I didn't have like an insane crush on him.
Jesse McCartney. You know who that is?
Okay. I do think he's pretty cute now, too.
I liked him when he was younger, and I still like him now. It's just his teeth are a little odd to me.
Same.
Because they look like, I don't know, the blue around him just like makes them look ugly. But yeah, my first celebrity crush was Zac Efron. I would still say the same thing, but like now I've moved on to bigger and better. Hello? Who's your celebrity crush now? This day and age?
A lot of them.
Okay, give me your top two.
I'd have to say Mr. Shelby is the new obsession. It's Killian, right, Murphy?
So he says in an interview that it's Cillian.
That's what I was thinking, because it's... Okay.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Either Killian or Cillian, whichever one. He is so fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's aged beautifully. Mans is like, he's like that perfect amount of muscle tone and just straight up like, oh my god. His playing as a gangster has me convinced he could be one in real life.
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 10. He's just...
Another question for you. What do you value in a relationship?
I should have thought of an answer for that. Quality time and their submissive duties.
That's a different topic.
I'm kidding. But yeah, quality time, I would say. Just like being able to, you know, come home from a hard day's work and being able to be like, hey, let's go get dinner. In exactly that manner.
Hey, let's get dinner.
Let's just go. Don't even need to wait. What about you?
Well, I mean, I don't want to sound redundant, so besides saying, like, making me laugh and, like, all that good stuff, just somebody that is gonna let me be my weird little self with no judgment. You know, I'm gonna have their full support behind me no matter what I do. I think that's mainly it. I mean, and I really do have to say, though, making me laugh is just... I could laugh forever.
Chef's
I get like an instant just...
You're like zinger, zinger, zinger.
Euphoria.
If you could date any celebrity, who would you date?
Beyonce. No
just
question.
Throw it out there,
Beyonce.
I feel the same. We've talked about this several times. You would be Mr. B.
Yes.
If she ever needs like a little maid or anything, you know.
You need a dog? Because I can bark.
You need a lamp? I can stand there.
You need a table? I'll lay down. I'll crouch there.
Get on my hands and knees.
Bro, I just can't believe that one of the questions really on this website is, will you forgive me if I cheat on you?
Oh my god.
Like, you're supposed to ask your partner that.
You're supposed to ask them.
And then they're supposed to be like, no. Yeah.
No, just casually.
If somebody friggin' asked me that, I'd be like, you know what? You need to
Shut that
go.
door.
You need to go.
You just need to pack your shit and go, like Beyonce says. Your shit's left in a box.
Another question on this. When was the last time you said I love you to me? Bitch, I don't let Erica leave the house until she says I love you.
You're like, you don't want to leave? You want to leave with your life?
I'm gonna say, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Walk up to her real fucking gangster. She's fucking pop you one though.
I know, because I walk her out of the house every day. And I always make sure. Or I'll just say, I love you really obnoxiously fucking loud.
See, that's why I'm missing in a relationship. But at the same time, I'm like...
Constant yelling at each
I
other.
just want to leave.
That would be you too. Can I go?
I don't pick up on clues that well.
Why are you not letting me go to work? I'm gonna be late. And
why are you just being obnoxious to me? Me going to my other room. That's it. That's work.
same.
If Beyonce would like finally sell a lock of her hair or like even her wigs, you best believe a bitch is wearing that for a month. Like, I will sell my soul and my left titty for it. The left titty only because it's bigger. Just kidding. But like, I would definitely sell like half of it to at least afford a wig from Beyonce.
Okay, so good question that we talked about earlier.
What?
Would you rather be a gentleman or gentle lady or be like Casanova, like womanizer?
Oh my god, that is such a good question, to be honest. Considering what we talked about earlier in like the whole schlong and dong, I feel like a Casanova. Mainly because if I could pull and be like, hey, you know, on my
Hey, let's go to the fucking back.
Let's just go. Fucking meet me in the bathroom in like 5. Like, just do all of that. 10 out of 10. Like, fuck it up, sis. I don't need nothing else. That will be my money. That will be me for the rest of my entire life. Like, find me in Vegas. Find me in Italy. Bitches in Paris. Getting Eiffel
Pulling
Tower.
all the bitches.
That's about it. How would you see... Okay, let me reverse the question to you. Gentleman or a Casanova? Plus, what do you think I would tell you that you would be?
I think you would tell me that I would be a Casanova.
You're correct.
Yes. So.
Would that be your choice as well?
Short answer, yes. Long answer, I think it would be a really cool experience. Like, if that sounds really shitty, like, I apologize. But, like, at the same time, devoting your soul, like, effort to one person, I think is...
lame. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's kind of cute.
To me, it's low-key kind of lame.
Because I think you're not...
I'm not in a relationship.
You're not into being in a relationship.
Fact.
Not to call you out or anything.
You just did. I mean, straight up. Like, fucked me
Posted
up.
all your information on the internet.
Senia doesn't like this.
Senia don't like anybody. She don't want to be in a relationship.
Senia's a single woman.
Nobody
who just wants to make money.
Nobody reach out to this bitch because she will remain lonely.
This bitch will flirt, but the rest of her will not. But it's facts. I mean, being in love is cute and all. Cute for you and your partner. I love it. I respect it. I want to see you guys get married, so include me on the invite. But for me personally, it's just not the vibe right now. Like,
that's fine.
I'm in my early 20s. A bitch just wants to live. I need to make money. I need a serious bag, like no other. Same with you, but you can do it with your partner plus a business partner and going through life. But it's just
that's what we're here for. Okay, really, really, really serious question right now.
Oh God, do I need a serious face?
Yes. Okay, really, really serious. And I need your serious answer.
I can't look at you then.
Okay, really, really. Have you ever impregnated anybody?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm supposed to admit to this?
Yeah. Really getting your shit out there? Senia, who broke your heart? Who broke you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, here's a pretty good one. What was your first kiss like?
Shit. Straight mush on mush.
I feel that.
I
can agree.
It was just like, you know, when you're in fucking middle school, it's just...
I really didn't have my first kiss until, like, the middle of high school, so...
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
More power to you, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
but low-key, it's just crazy, like, going through high school and, like, having that... Like, that was a legitimate fear in people, was to be a virgin or to not have your first kiss. Like, what kind of fucking 2000s rom-com movie is this?
Oh my God, dude. I swear, being in high school, like, going through the whole high school phase of living and trying to survive as a high schooler, that's intense. More intense than being an adult, to be honest. Because it's like, you're having to overcome so many things, and whether it's allowing other people into your life or whatnot, it gets insanely difficult, mainly because everyone else is, like, judging you. More so than everyone else on the outside world.
Yeah.
Like, I was afraid to admit I've had my first kiss. You know, it was with a guy that I didn't necessarily like, but it's been a fucking journey. And then people would judge. Motherfuckers would judge harder than a fucking mofo.
Me in our little town having to admit that, one, I was in a relationship with a girl and my first kiss was with one. And I'd never come out to anybody. I didn't talk to nobody.
You were straight as a pencil.
Yeah.
To what people could assume.
I really, low-key though, thinking back on it, with the way that I just fucking looked, I really think that people just knew the second they looked at me. They said, this motherfucker's gay.
Like,
a lot of people looked at me and said, this motherfucker's trans. So
they just didn't want to admit it to you yet.
Yeah.
You might have been.
Because I'd never admitted it to myself. So they were always, as soon as they came out, whichever way, they're like, yeah, we knew. And I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck. Jesus.
Like, we knew ahead of time.
We knew. We know you kiss girls.
You should have fucking knew.
They're like, I fucking knew. How didn't you know? I'm like, I didn't fucking know.
You're like, I'm just trying to survive in this bitch. Trying to get a straight A. Trying to go to basketball.
Seriously? That really was. Don't read me like that. That was all that I was ever concerned about, was basketball and good grades.
Oh my God, you're such a fucking b-baller too. Ew. Deadass, like, I was like about good grades, but I wasn't like straight up like,
let me do sports on top.
Let me do sports, and bitch was like, let me go to Smith's real quick. Let me, like, wake up and, like, do what I need to do.
I grew up in the household where my mom always told me, if you do basketball and get good grades, I will pay for everything. And so I said, you bet.
Me having parents are just like, just do what you need to.
Until she bought me my little red truck which, by the way, I paid for half out of my college tuition funds.
Oh my god.
So there was that. And then it was like a couple weeks after that when I'd be like, hey mom, can I get like $20 for some In-N-Out? And she goes, you're too expensive.
Oh my god. That's too much.
She said, you would go to In-N-Out like every week, so you need to stop.
Oh my god. In-N-Out kids were strange as heck though.
Bro,
it's banned.
I would legit go there after every practice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be
for
going
like
to
a
Starbucks.
good long mile.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd wake up hella early, put on a full face of makeup, do my hair.
You were one of those bitches.
Leave. I was the popular bitch.
Getting your Starbies in the morning.
I had to get my Starbies, or I'd make a run to a 7-Eleven or anything and get a Monster, chug like 2 of those things, and I'm out. And then after school, immediate nap.
Same, dude. I would fucking pass out from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night. Wake up and eat dinner, go back to bed.
We're too similar. Stop right
and we
there.
are really, really off topic.
It's okay. It's our high school life. It's our friendship.
True.
Friendships back then were crazy. I'm not even friends with half of the people.
I came into high school from middle school with one best friend. That switched when she moved to Oregon. Then I became friends with one of my best friends now. I used to be in middle school band with him, and we were really close. And then as we moved to high school, we kind of fell apart, and then beginning of sophomore year we reconnected, and that's been my sole friend ever since.
Wow.
Yeah. And another really good friend of mine, it's just crazy because I went to her baby shower.
Yeah. And
that was legit the only other person that I hung out with. So I'm very closed off and very nervous. I feel like I'm
social. I thought you were at first going to say I had one best friend going into high school and we still are best friends now. But that whole thing, my entire fucking ass, my left ass cheek is out in the wind because that's how many friends I have.
Nice to rub it in.
I have maybe a handful of friends now.
Crazy how friendships change.
And they're not even we're not even friends from high school anymore. Mainly because I found them to be toxic right after. Or it's always the vibe. Let me just say this real quick. It's always the vibe of them always wanting me to reach out more than they ever do.
I feel that.
Keeping that connection.
I think that's one of the hardest things that I struggled with, especially in high school, was God, this motherfucker doesn't ever ask me to hang out. So,
but you're doing all the hangout work. Me, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was desperate. That's what I call being too desperate.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel no one ever really liked me in life. Or, growing up, they just didn't like my vibe. And then, if I was born in Michigan, maybe I would have a bunch of friends. But when you come from a place around here, people are stuck up. Yeah. For no reason. They're just awful.
I like to think that you think that Michigan is any different. It's probably not.
No, but the sense of community might be a little better.
I will say though, you are the only friend that I have made outside of high school.
Aww.
That, and then my other friend that I've still been friends with to this day, those are my only 2.
That's
besides
really sad.
my relationship and my girlfriend's best friend.
Yeah.
Because totally Erica gets to claim that one.
Yeah.
So I'm left with the scraps. Just kidding.
This bitch. I can kind of vouch for that, but I make a lot more friends. I'm trying to be more social and trying to be less of a hermit crab because my mom always calls me the shell. I don't come out of my fucking room.
I feel that.
I hate the outside world so much that it's even doing all this is better than like staying in there.
Bro, and I don't know why, it just kind of reminded me. So me and my mom were talking about my dad, and so the one thing about him is he is too nice. Way, way too nice. And so
he needs a mean bone in his body.
He will make friends with anybody and everybody he ever says hi to.
I feel that.
And it's so funny because it was funny. Me and my mom were actually at that baby shower, and she was telling me how my dad had messaged her and asked if she wanted to go out later that night with this guy named John. And so she turns to me and she goes, I've never fucking met this guy in my life. I don't know who he is. And so I was like, tell him that. Like, you know, like the little fly in her ear. And so she did. She goes, I don't know who John is. And this motherfucker took a picture of his friend John that was sitting right next to him and sent it to my mom.
He's like, now you do?
Yeah, he's like, now you do. And so my mom's like, oh, I know him. We were all fucking joking around. I'm like, this man really expects you just to be friends with anybody that he talks to. And he thinks that if he ever mentions one person, like once, that you're supposed to remember that person for the rest of your life.
Bitch, stop.
And I'm like, I just want to know, like, really how that can be my dad, but I'm such the recluse that I am. And I'm like, do not talk to me. Do not come up to me.
We were talking about it earlier. You're fucking agents. You're like, don't even come near me. I gave you everything you need.
At work, I keep it minimal. I don't want to talk to anybody. I really don't want to talk to them. I don't want them to ask me questions. I don't want to answer their questions.
Oh God, why do I low-key feel like your dad, though? Because, like, if I go anywhere... Okay, I feel this is, like, very hypocritical of me. Mainly to say, but if my mom's... Like, if I'm going out shopping, like, grocery shopping with my mom, and, like, the cashier is, like, super nice and bubbly, but my mom's really mean... I'm just like, I'm automatically like, I need to be nice, and then I'll make a friend with her.
Bro, that is me with Erica.
Oh
Erica really does not like the pleasantries. Like, I had to beat it into her for the longest time when we first started talking. To, like, be nice and say please and thank you to, like, people who are taking our, like, fast food orders.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will never leave that window without saying thank you.
Same.
And so, like, when we go to, like, any retail, like, cashiers or anything where we, like, have to go up and, like, be in front of that person, Erica's, like, she'll, like, say, like, you know, if the person asks how she's doing, she'll be like, good. And that's it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I always try to be like, yeah, I'm good. How are you doing today? You know, like, it's just the anxiety that forces it out of me.
I high-key feel that, though. Like, I'm just... sometimes I'm by myself, I'm, like, really too nice. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have been that nice to so-and-so. Because they just don't even look like they're impressed. And I'm like, you need to fucking listen to my hello, how are you, answer me type of thing. I wouldn't do the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just different because we kind of, like, I mean, we vibe off each other, but, like, at the same time, growing and seeing other people is, like, a lot of people don't remember, like, their morals or, like, their pleasantries out in public. Because it's more or less just, like, hey, let's get this over with.
It's your everyday motion.
Every day, like, hello, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good,
great.
thanks.
Is that all I can get for you? That sort of thing. You can't just be mean to everyone.
I mean, it's not even necessarily mean, because, you know, it's not like you're going out of your way to be like, fuck you, bitch, don't talk to me. You could. I mean, I just, like, the anxiety of, like, the quietness and the awkwardness is what makes me be friendly.
You hear, like, the little music playing around the department store, and you're like...
Like, one of my neighbors the other day, because we don't have washer and dryer here, and so I went out to start one of the cars, and he was pulling all of his laundry out of his, you know, just on the other side of the parking lot. And we started walking up the same way at the same time. And he goes, man, I just can't wait to have a washer and dryer. I fucking hate this. And I was like, yeah, me too. Like, it's just so, I just get so, like, bottled up in that second. And I just like, can't laugh and agree. Like,
Panic,
laugh and agree.
Panic.
I'm like, panic.
He's gonna
panic,
hold a gun up
go
to
run,
my head. He's gonna do something bad.
Go run inside. Go. That's the main basis of, like, why I think I'm so nice. And especially, like, at work, I have to be super nice to people because I don't want that coming...
Even if you don't like them.
Even if I don't like them. Because I do not want for any reason for me to lose my job because somebody doesn't like the way I said something. Because there are so many people out there.
Oh my god. Well, especially now because we work from home and the way that it is, we're customer service pretty much representatives at this point. So it's like we always have to be on our A game. If you're mean to someone can literally call you in.
Yeah.
No matter what. So
and
it's like, what the fuck?
I think that's what kind of sucks, though, about working from home is because obviously me and you, we're chill. Like, we live in the same area. Yeah. But I don't have any other connections with anybody else. Yeah. It's just, like, you don't ever make any lasting friendships with anybody. Like, I mean, you know, someone is opening up, like, that juice bar and lounge and that type thing. And that would be so cool just to, like, go and support her because, you know, she's been working
so hard for it.
Yeah, she's been working with me for a year now, and just to see like be supportive, but it's like I can't do that 'cause she's all the way across the country.
Right, and you don't really know how she would take it either. Like even if she did invite you and say, "Hey, come to my juice bar," or "Come, you know, hang out."
I know, and that's low key what scares me too is like actually getting there and then like showing up to the lounge and being like, "Hey,"
you're like, "Hi," and she's like. She all stops what she's doing. She's like, "Who are you?"
She's like, "I never met this man before in my life."
Oh my god. Even when we were talking about seeing what's her face, I don't know why, but like I get like major anxiety.
Me too.
Because it's like she actually flies in and she's actually like here. I didn't mean it. Go back home.
No, I don't want to meet you anymore. But I think the thing with me and you is we really don't leave each other alone.
Pretty much.
We're always like, "Bitch, guess what? Hey, sorry."
But that's because we vibe so well. Like, if it wasn't this way, and if it didn't, like what I was saying earlier, like we, you know, I'm dependent on people that are stronger and like people that actually give me a good vibe and that, you know, everything that comes with being a top-notch friend, pretty much in my books. Like, that's pretty much all our friendship is. It's nothing that's like, you know, if you're sad, you know, you can always come to me and explain it, and like I'll give you advice. Or maybe I'll just put my fucking opinion and my foot in my mouth occasionally here, which is all the time. But anyway.
And what I think I value too is if we ever have any like problems, it's like we understand, like, do you want to talk about it? No. Yeah. Okay, fine, we'll move on.
Yeah. Like, we're not pushy. We're not trying, but like we're not making it a point to be like in each other's faces too much.
Like there is that respect of boundaries, but at the same time it's like, "Bitch, guess what?"
We're like, "Did you see this?"
It's just
Did
always
you see
something.
this thing on Twitter?
And then we'll sit and cry in our rooms about it for 15 minutes because we can't stop laughing. And I think, like, there's so many... I don't think there's a ton of people that you find that connection with, but there definitely is. Yeah. There are people out there that you find, and you just want to beat the fuck out of them.
There's so many people I would love to smash in between a car and just be done with you. I don't mean that, like...
I totally agree. Like, you just, there's those invasive thoughts that you get when, like, someone walks in front of your car, like, I could smash you. You've never met this person in your life before. I could end your shit, dude.
But then I'm so worried about my insurance. I'm like, am I really gonna get banged up for insurance right now?
Fuck, you're telling me I wouldn't want to go to prison.
I'm like, I'll make prison my bitch, but the rest of it, no.
After seeing, like, Prison Break, I totally think I could survive in prison.
I have got to watch it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, but, like, the 60 days in shit, I'm like, maybe I could probably do it. I could, like, give me 60 days, I'll be the pimp in this bitch. Probably.
I could totally be a pimp.
I definitely feel like it's a strong attribute. I don't let people really push me over anymore, but like in the same respect I do. But at the same time I don't.
I do. But I don't. But I do.
Make me like a daddy. You know, just give me a little leeway here.
Same.
Nah, but my anger and my intrusive thoughts would definitely get me somewhere. It's too sad.
I have too many intrusive thoughts.
Oh my god. Rage room. We have to go.
Yeah.
Smash a microwave. Maybe smash a person, like a dummy doll or something.
Yeah.
Beat Dwight from The Office when he takes off the mannequin.
He cuts the face out of his Yeah.
That's so...
Did you have any other questions that you wanted?
We really just fucked up. It's still a good episode.
I think it was pretty good.
No, I don't.
We've done this a few times.
We came prepared.
We're professionals now. Watch out, bitches.
Start signing $1 million contracts without reading them.
I'm important. Don't talk to me.
Just give me a Ferrari by now.
I know. Let me get rich so I can quit my job.
Let's go fucking visit Chicago or some shit. Like and subscribe.
Don't forget, leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment.
Definitely a subscribe.
Yeah, tell us what you liked most. Maybe it's just the wheezing and the gasping. I'm so sorry.
Maybe it's just the stupidity that we bring to the table. The chaos.
It's so amazing, isn't it? Sorry, this episode was a little random. But, you know, we have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about, so let us know what you want to hear.
Unfinished business.
Unscripted Drop Ins. That's the episode.
Have a good night.
Have a great night, everybody.